some batteries. This one was from an old laptop, and you can watch me take that apart in just if you click there. And this one was from an old Dremel. Both have the same sort of batteries in, and I'll show you how to take them apart now. One thing I've noticed when trying to research how to take apart laptop batteries, everyone shows you the same sort of way of doing it. However, they always look like they've already been taken apart before. This one, I assure you, has not been taken apart, so I might struggle, I'm not sure yet, but I wanted to make a video on how hard or easy it actually is. As I say, all the ones I've ever seen, you can already see like tool marks and where it's already been unclipped and so on, so I want to just make sure it's as easy as it's made out, because I try and be as honest as possible in my videos. So if you hear a lot of bleeps and so on, then you know it's not as easy as they make it look. So that one, I have taken this apart before, because the Dremel I was using kept dying, and I checked the batteries, so I took the whole thing out apart and had a look at that. But these are relatively simple to take apart anyway. You push those two bits together and pull it out, but you need a screwdriver in each side to get enough distance between the locking mechanism. So we'll do this one first. As I say, I've opened it already, but let's have a look inside it, shall we? Okay, so as I say, you need a couple of screwdrivers, flat blade, and one goes in this side and push it down, other one in the other side, push it down, and then hopefully with a little bit, oh, okay, we got one side off anyway. Let's try that again. Keeping it pulled tight on this side, because you don't want this side to go back in. Just see if we can pry it out now. Push it down. I don't want to break it, so push it back in. Thing is, I had it too far pulled one way, so again, in it goes. Now, I will warn you, these batteries do not like to be punctured, so if you stab a hole in it, in one of the batteries, you could set quite a violent reaction off, which will end in lots of flames and smoke. So just be careful. Push that one in. Oh, I'm making a big pig's ear of this one this time, aren't I? Last time I had two screwdrivers of equal size. I don't have two the same size anymore. Probably do, but I can't bother to look for them. There we go. Oh. It's all about getting it in the right place, and the second you put it in the right place, it will just slide off. There we go, and come on. Oh, I've pulled it out again. Right, I'm going to go and get another flat blade. Right, that didn't work because I was trying to use such a small one with such a big one, so I've just got two of the same sort of size. Hopefully this will work. Now, because these are so big, I'm not going to push them in too far, because otherwise I won't be leaving much gap for the other one. So, in the side, and we want to twist it round and down. I'm trying to keep this all in camera, which is making it a bit harder. But as I said, it's not really that hard. There we go. Right, they can come out now, and all I've done is push them past that point, and there we go, out it comes. And in this, there's 3 batteries. These batteries are 18650s. They're about 3.7 volts each, but these have been used quite a bit, so I'll have to check them all with a multimeter and charge them fully and so on. So I'll take that apart and I'll desolder that in a minute as well, and I'll show you how to sort of get all of this off. But let's try and open this one. I'll get my chair for this because I don't think it's going to be as easy, but we'll see. One thing you need for this is a sharp blade, Stanley knife kind of thing, and then I've got a few different types of pliers and a small screwdriver. So let's have a look. I'm going to cut through the sticker. Give it a bit of a slice round. And as I say, you don't want to stab through this. If you do, you are going to cause a fire. So I'm going to put that in and... Okay. Don't know where to start on this. I think I'm going to get a bigger head first. And possibly start on one of the sides. Or the corners, I mean. Okay, that started to lift it up. I'm going to go around it with this and see if that does anything. Again, cutting down, but I don't want to obviously slide into the batteries. I'm just trying to cut the little tabs off that hold these things closed. That could have been dangerous. I almost took my fingers off then. Snip the edge off a couple of times until I can get a hole. This is not by far not the easiest way to do this. Don't watch this if you want to know how to do it, just watch it if you want to know probably how not to do it. Okay, now as I did that I noticed it pulled up this area, so I'm going to come in from this angle and push down. There we go. Let's see if I can do it with this. Again, I do not want to touch the batteries with it, as you know, I do not want to perforate any of the batteries, because that would just be a bad idea, especially inside. I've seen people do them outside, and if you want to see someone stabbing one, just go onto YouTube and have a look around for lithium-ion batteries, fires, and any other thing like that. Okay, let's just have a look. With this, I don't know how close the batteries are to the sides, so I'm very hesitant about stabbing anything into it. Okay, that's that side up. And now I'm going to just hopefully start peeling away the plastic. If I get this under here, look, we can start hopefully pulling this down. Okay, pull it and twist it. Just see how easy this opens now. Not at all. Is this? There we go. Bit of brute force. Do a quick slice along here again. And there we go. Now this is a genuine, I think it came out of a genuine Dell, and it was, you know, it was a genuine battery that came with it, and so they should be genuine 18650s, rather than, if you go on places like eBay and get them, you can get them at a good price, but they're never actually what they're supposed to be. You know, you could be spending a lot more in the long run because they won't stay charged for long or whatever. Oh, these are stuck down beautifully. Ow. Again, you don't want to pierce them, so I'm going to go under just gently prying them. I got this far without puncturing one. I really don't want to do it now. Now, as I'm not going to be using any of this circuitry again, I could actually just start pulling them off, but I'm not going to, so I want to get them out intact and show you guys. There we go. There we go. Okay. So as you'll see, they're all connected to each other, and then they're connected to this here. This is the like protection circuit, and that will stop it overcharging, stop it overheating. There's thermometer wires, which is probably the one. Yeah, that. Oh, I don't know. But so it's just all safety circuitry basically. What we're going to do, we're going to cut it all off because we're not going to be using it. I might keep it. I might keep it for another project. I'm not entirely sure yet. But let's go into how we take these off. Now these are often heat sealed to the battery, and what they do is they've got a very hot device that you just go and that's stuck just with heat. So I'm going to first try and just pull them off on this one. Yeah, as long as you pull quickly and evenly, you should be able to get it off relatively simple. There we go. Right, one thing. Let's cut this. Okay. Two. God, these are sticky as hell. 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Now if you have a look, that's one thing I didn't mention. They got little spikes on them that from pulling them off, because that is the bit that's attached them to the metal plate. You can literally just give that a little snip and they will come straight off. Okay, so that's those batteries. They need a bit of a clean, and then we'll give them a charge and see how they get on. As I say, I'm going to keep this little circuit for another project, possibly. I don't know yet. I'm not entirely sure, but I never throw anything away straight away. So let's clear up this mess. Okay, so let's sort out this battery. Now, first port of call is cut the tape off. And they are stuck very much like the other ones. So, no. These seem to be stuck better than the other ones out. It's the angle at which I have to pull them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some snippers, give them a snip, and now one bit off. Now we can start pulling it off like before. Let's use pliers this time. And with this one, I'm going to roll the pliers across the top, like that. So, if you have a look, the thing is still connected here. I'm going to place the pliers on, and then I'm going to roll them towards the way it's connected. Almost like undoing a can of corned beef. If you live in the UK, you know what that is. Okay, again, snip the wires and release this plastic bit. Now we're going to cut this piece off again, being very, very careful not to cut into the batteries. Honestly, until you see what kind of reaction some of these batteries can give, you won't believe how dangerous they can be. Okay, and pliers and roll. Okay, there we go, there's the last one. Okay, so out of 2 items that would normally have got thrown away, we have 9 batteries that equal, if they're all working perfectly and in tip-top condition, they're 3.3 volts each, and that would make us have 33.3 volts of total power here. And in the next video, I'm going to work on a few ways of charging them. I do have a USB charger, so I'm going to do a few tests on these, and we can see, you know, whether it was worth our while. And also I'll trim up all the bits that are sticking out, because they're blinking sharp and I've already cut myself once on them. So I'll sort that out, just like I showed you, basically just clipping the bits off. And then I'll test them all, and I'll put them in sets so you can see which ones worked and which ones didn't, and see if it's worth your while taking apart a battery like a battery pack like that. I've sorted all them out, I've taken all the little bits off, but just to show you one last time, there is the bit sticking out, and they can be quite sharp actually. You can't really see on there. Hang on, let me try and turn it around a bit. Oh, go miles away now. It's a little sharp piece, always sticking, not always, but sticking out on these. Now I'm using some sharp wire cutters or wire snippers or whatever you want to call them, and I get it right under and give it a snip, and now that is absolutely fine and safe. Okay, so I'm going to check them now for what charge they've actually got in them at the moment, and then I'm going to be charging them up and seeing how well they get on. 2.65, 2.68, 2.61, 2.64, they all seem to have a decent amount of charge still in them. 2.62, 264, 3.2, 276, 320. Okay, so they've all actually got a decent amount of charge it's left in them. They're not old batteries, you know. I don't leave anything too long in a cupboard. Well, I do, and it's often projects, but what I mean is the batteries haven't been left on a shelf for years to decay, and the longer you leave a battery, whether it's plugged in or unplugged, you will find that it will lose voltage. If it's plugged into a laptop still, then it will lose voltage quicker, and you know, they do degrade over time anyway, even if you're not using them. But I have some battery packs like this, and I have some well, I've got a USB charger, but this has, from what I can tell, I've had a quick look at it, this has no safety circuit, no overheating circuit, nothing. So this might be a very dangerous item rather than anything, but I'm going to look into that. I'm not actually going to charge anything in this video, but I will be looking into charging through solar panels, because I charge all of my batteries through solar panels. I've got AA batteries I got given from old smoke alarms that I've always charged in well, a little solar setup I've got. And that runs a lot of the automatic lights we've got around the house that just give enough light in the night time to, you know, walk around the house without having to turn lights on. And my motto is, if you can recharge a battery for free and it's doing something that saves you having to use electric, it's all good, isn't it? So in one of my next videos I will look into charging these with solar power then. Hope that was helpful. It's not, you know, the most informative and not the most thought out video I've done, but I've looked at a lot of them, as I say, and they always seem to look like they've taken the battery packs apart already. Obviously they haven't destroyed them like I did, but hopefully I'll just give you an idea of how simple it is to do. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.